Facebook. My name is Aaron Mubanga, and I am in Lusaka, Zambia. We're getting on with our online chats around Acappella in Africa. Oh, and somebody is saying in the chat, Clinton is saying, can you record this, please? Absolutely, we are recording this session so that we'll be able to see it even afterwards. So I was saying I'm joining you, or hosting you rather, from Lusaka, Zambia, right in the heart of Africa. We like to say Zambia, the real Africa. And tonight, we are being joined by a special a cappella group called Six Appeal. Six Appeal is an American outfit, a vocal band. There we are, they're waving at us. And I think from everything that I gathered about them online, I guess I could summarize stuff about them by saying they're a bunch of guys that love a cappella.
You bet.
Yeah. Guys and now girls that love a cappella.
That's right. That's right. We've undergone a recent change.
They go around doing a cappella, everything. They're going to be talking to us, all things a cappella. Welcome, guys.
Thank you so much.
What's
you.
that?
Hi.
Thank you for having us.
Okay, so straight away, please introduce yourselves. Tell us your names. I know that your names are already showing on your video feed, but it won't hurt. We'd like to hear your voices and how you pronounce your names and stuff. What part you sing and what role you play in Six Appeal, apart from the singing.
Absolutely. I guess I'll start. My name is Michael Brookins. I'm one of the founding members of Six Appeal Vocal Band, and I do a lot of the music direction and arrangements for the group.
And then I'll go second. My name is Jordan Roll. I am originally from Bismarck, North Dakota. I'm also one of the founders of the group. Michael and I started the group way back in college. And I sing all the high tenor stuff. I do a lot of the vocal editing and kind of the like big picture stuff. We all really help to coordinate on that.
Yeah, I'll go next. So my name is Ruben Hooshagen. I am the bass in Six Appeal. I actually grew up with Jordan in Bismarck, North Dakota. And my primary thing that I did back when Six Appeal used to actually tour was I am the driver. So.
Nice. I'll go next. So my name is Mel Danicki. I'm one of the newest members and newest girl members of the group. I primarily sing in this group, but I occasionally beatbox with Burko. And I do a lot of the production along with Jordan behind the scenes.
Wow, that's quite something. You beatbox and you do some production.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Sorry to chip in, guys. Berko, please don't beatbox as an introduction.
You got it. Go ahead, Virginia.
Okay. Hi, I'm Virginia Cavallari. I'm also one of the newest members of the group along with Mel. I sing most of the higher stuff that you hear. I guess you could technically call it a soprano or mezzo soprano. I'm also pretty new to a cappella, and I'm from New York. And as far as group roles, I work on a lot of our creative content, our new merchandise, and some of our social media.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And last, but definitely tallest, is me. My name is Andrew Berkowitz, but everyone calls me Burko. I am the vocal percussionist, so I'm the other half of the rhythm section with Ruben. I'm the treasurer of the group. I also do a lot of like operations management stuff behind the scenes, making sure that we are running smoothly with all the business side of stuff.
And you
That's
edit
my role.
sweet music videos.
And I do yeah, a lot of the video editing for the group as well.
Can't leave that out. Yeah.
Yeah, we make music videos.
Awesome. So would you like to give us, I know we were chatting before we went live on Facebook. Would you like to give us, I don't know whether it's Mike or Jordan, a little history about yourselves as Six Appeal?
Absolutely. Jordan and I go way back, so we'll probably approach this like an old married couple. We'll just kind of argue with each other and tell when we get something wrong.
We won't argue about it. No.
You tell it way better. You go.
So way back in 2006, when we were freshmen in college at Concordia College in Moorhead, Minnesota. It was a school pretty well known for its choir. We did big tours with the choir every year, stuff like that. But we had a rehearsal after. We were in a jazz choir rehearsal, and afterwards we were like, "Hey, there's a freshman talent show coming up. We should do a song." And then we broke into, what song did we break into, Michael? I'll let you take it from here.
We were walking down the hallway and we started singing "Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego," which was one of the first a cappella songs we knew. You know, it's by a very historic U.S. group named Acappella, and it's I don't know if you're familiar, but it's a popular children's TV show in the United States when we were growing up. It was "Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego?"
Watch your back.
Yeah, watch your back. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It was so we discovered that we had similar interests and decided to put together this song, and then got some of our friends in school, and it just kind of turned into a hobby as we were going through school as a way to explore popular music, because most of our study was either classical or jazz and stuff. So it kind of turned into a real thing after a few years of performing together. We decided to make the transition into becoming a professional group and doing it for a living.
Well, it helped actually during our junior and senior year. We started gigging around town, and we bought our own sound system. So we owned our own microphones, we owned our own speakers, then we got subwoofers. We were able to gig around town, do stuff while we were still in college. We weren't paying ourselves. Yeah, we weren't paying ourselves. We were putting all of it right back into the group. That way we were prepared pretty much after like our first 2 tours as like a semi-pro group. We were able to buy our own van and really start touring. And, you know, it was always just putting money back into the thing, investing it into itself until really November 2011. You know, in 2010, we graduated college. Ruben and Burko both joined then, as well as some other guys. And like we really started to build it into this professional thing by November 2011. We all quit our jobs, and the story from there gets way more complex.
Yeah, we from when Ruben and Burko joined, that's kind of what we call our road warrior days, where we were just doing pretty much any show we could. Back then it was still an all-male group. We were following what had worked for us thus far, and thus far it just been a bunch of dudes who happened to be friends and who happened to sing. And so our music kind of sounded like men's a cappella. But since then we've expanded and grown to have the full range of voices in our ensemble. So there's a lot of stuff in there. Burko, Ruben, you want to fill in some of the middle year stuff?
That's a tough thing to kind of fill in. I suppose like Michael mentioned, or Jordan mentioned, that 2011, we made the transition from quitting our jobs to being a full-time touring band. And that meant for several years there, up until very recently, we were doing well over 200 shows a year. So that's a lot of time getting to work together. People ask, I know it's something that we got asked when we were in Moscow, is what kind of makes you guys different? What's one of the big things that you have that separates you from a lot of other groups? And at that point, the band had done literally thousands of shows. And that's what one of the huge things is, when you actually just put in the amount of time, that whole 10,000 hours idea of actually just working and working and working and working, whether or not you're the most talented person in the world, if you put in the real effort, you get better. And so that's kind of what did it for us. I think in a lot of ways, those years were very formative of just getting out there and doing shows, whether they were good shows, bad shows, shows that paid well, shows that didn't pay anything at all. Just getting out there and getting in front of as many people as possible.
Yeah, through that, I mean, we've been able to grow our social media and stuff to like 20,000 people on Facebook, like 17,000 people on Instagram, without ever being on, you know, national TV or any like huge, big viral videos or anything like that. It's all just organic, grinding away, building a real following.
I saw that you had a stint at the red carpet, what Vanity Fair event.
Yeah, we've actually done that show 3 years in a row now, playing on the red carpet at the Vanity Fair Oscars after party. It's such a surreal event, just like being there, seeing the greatest stars in the world all coming by, holding their Oscars. Like, who am I to be here right now? Like, this is unreal. Like,
that's huge, isn't it?
Yeah. And we have a new video coming from this year as well, coming up in about a month or so. We should have that one ready.
Yeah, it's actually a song that I know I mentioned I do most of the arranging, but this song was actually arranged by Mel. And this was, I mean, we've already talked a little bit. Do you guys want to talk about the Vanity Fair a little bit?
Mel?
Yeah. Go ahead, Mel.
I mean, about the event, like
yeah,
okay.
the whole experience.
Oh, okay, sure. It was pretty. I mean, it's kind of surreal when you're surrounded by a bunch of celebrities and you're singing and they're walking in and you're just like, ah. I don't know. I think the whole event was really cool. I mean, we sang for what? I mean, we were in the entranceway as these celebrities and artists and actresses and musicians are walking in, and it's the red carpet entrance. They're getting their photos taken, and we're surrounding the red carpet and singing a bunch of really, maybe like probably around 10 or 12 songs on repeat in a circle, and
4 hours.
We must
at
have been
least 5 hours.
like at least
5
hours straight.
Wow.
And then we had a little bit of a break and then kept singing more. I think we started around 4 p.m. and then had maybe a 40-minute break because we didn't want to miss out on anybody. And so we kind of really went through all the way until 1 a.m. That's when the actress of the hour came in, and that's when we were like, all right, well, I think that's it. I think everyone's arrivals are done by 1 a.m., but it was a really awesome experience to just like sing, practice. I mean, that gave us a lot of practice singing for over like for that time, like 4 p.m. to 1 a.m. That's a lot of singing time. So we were kind of like really tired, but also felt really great by the end of the night because we got to see so many amazing and inspiring people. So
the first people were John Legend and Chrissy Teigen. Like, like
the legendary John Legend.
What?
John Legend.
Yeah. Also, please keep in mind they didn't make us work that entire time all the way through with very few breaks. We kind of chose to not take as many breaks just because you have stars in your eyes when you see all of these celebrities coming through. When the celebrities start interacting with you and when they start dancing with you and when they make a motion like they want to sing the song along with you too. That's always kind of crazy. So yeah, we're always happy to oblige.
Yeah, it went by very fast.
Yeah.
Went by very fast. I can imagine.
It's surprising.
Like, it's a new star, so you just have to like stay in the ring.
So now, sorry, Virginia, you were saying?
Oh no, that was it. It was just a great.
Good. I was about to steer the direction of the conversation into, 2006, you make the decision to stop whatever professional stuff you're doing. some of you have degrees in music-related studies, and you are educationists, and you decide to stop work and to go full-time. How easy is it? I mean, this is Camp Acappella Africa. A lot of guys that do music a cappella in Africa are just hobbyists, and it's very few times that you get to do music and you get paid for it. A few times you hold concerts, you host concerts and people come out, you sell a few tickets. Most times you barely break even. You have a situation where you have more costs to cover than the amount that you make off of the ticket sales. And then don't talk about the CD sales. If you have an album out, people don't buy music out here. So it's very difficult to do music on a full-time basis. You have lots and lots of talented people all across Africa, people that have never even been heard about, highly, hugely talented, except it's not easy to make ends meet off of music. How was that experience for you? How's that worked out for you?
Well, that's a really great question, and unfortunately, there's no simple answer to that. Like, I would say, in the decade that I've been in this group, it always hasn't been, performing for celebrities or going to amazing locations and always having a party. Like, there's definitely been some tough times where we weren't making ends meet with the gigs that we were doing, despite doing, 200 shows a year. Because, a lot of that goes into travel, it goes into those overhead costs that you have to consider. And I would say, when we quit our jobs, it wasn't like we were working full time at this job and doing 6P on the side. It was, we were doing 6P on the side, and then we were doing less and less hours at our jobs. Luckily we were able to do that. And it became this tapering off into, okay, I'm doing less and less and less at this day job. And now I can quit this day job and I can do 6P full time. Well, being a gigging musician doesn't mean that you're going to be working every single week consistently the same way. So even after we had quit our jobs, we had to pick up some part-time jobs between then and between us quitting our day jobs and doing that. It's incredibly tough. I think having the right team with you, the right people that you want to work with, and the right team working for you as well. The reason that we were able to find so many gigs is that we had booking agents working for us in different markets, trying to get us gigs year round. And I would say, usually you get one gig that's like, well, we're not going to make any money from that. All the money that we're going to make from that gig is going to go right back into getting to that gig, is going to get into promoting that gig. So the idea is to try and chain gigs together that are hopefully geographically close. Or, if you get two gigs right next to each other that maybe separately don't pay a whole lot, that's 2 days in a row that you can all be together and do a gig, and that immediately makes coming together for that, what we call a tour. If it's two more gigs, it's officially a tour. Well, that we call that making the tour worth it, essentially.
And then on top of that, like, make sure that you plan other stuff around it. Like, make sure that you plan, when you have those 2 days together, to also shoot a music video, to also like put together some cool photos for like Instagram, whatever, stuff like that, just so that you always have stuff in the chamber. Yeah, really.
Exactly.
Yeah. String together activities.
Well, and that's stuff that we didn't always know right from the beginning, because especially in the early days when we were doing so many shows, it was really hard to convince anybody that we wanted to make time to shoot a music video. And so there's a lot of time where we have almost no content, no videos to show what we were doing in those years, because we were too busy getting out on the road and making it work. Another thing that I wanted to bring up to make sure that it's very important, like Berko was saying, as far as getting the shows strung together so you can make them work. That's a lot of what we did in the early years, was just finding ways to basically pinch every penny and save as much money as we could, and spend as little money as possible, while getting around to try to make as much money as possible. And we were very lucky to be in the United States where we had a fairly good opportunity, and there were many opportunities to do shows. But when this all started in 2010, it wasn't very long after the major financial collapse of 2008.
Right.
So it was kind of an interesting world for us to be in, because so many people like us were graduating college and you had spent time and money to get your degree. But all of a sudden there were no jobs. Nobody was hiring anybody.
Right.
So it had to, it was an interesting situation that kind of forced you to become creative, and to, if you really wanted something, you had to work for it and you had to be dedicated to it.
I think two of the main pointers that we try to give groups who are hopeful to become professional ensembles, and this ties right into what Ruben was saying as far as saving money. If you can get your own sound equipment, that allows you to work anywhere that you can get electricity. Our ability to perform for a large amount of people, it increases the size of people that can pay tickets. It's if you're going to a large source of income for us is performing for people who aren't necessarily at a theater, but like are attending an event like a wedding or a corporate event, or a place where they need entertainment but they're not quite sure what they want. And we just happen to be something that people are excited to see and have never seen before. And that became a really good place. It's a place where you wouldn't necessarily expect to see an a cappella group, but we put ourselves in that environment.
Another thing we did early on a lot of was performing in schools. And we would go in just for free and perform for all the students, and then that night have a concert and charge, $5, $10, or like $5 for students, 15 for parents, stuff like that.
Our whole family can get in for like 25.
For 20, yeah. And then you sell your albums at like, it's 1 for 10, 2 for 2 for 15, like package things together. Really like market it like you're a store. Treat yourself like a business, really.
So, yeah, but in terms of merch,
to be. Yes, Brett.
Oh, I was just gonna add too, like, you bring up a good point too. Like, it is hard to sell albums now these days, too, because everything is streaming. Everyone can get music online. So what you want to do is you want to create something that people can only get at your shows. Like, if we're selling an album that someone can listen to on Spotify, and they ask us, well, then that's one album we're not gonna sell. We can say, yeah, we have stuff on Spotify, but here's this album that you can only get right here, that you can get signed by the band, that is exclusive only to this show, that we have a limited release of or something like that. That usually helps like selling physical merchandise.
Right. So it's a question of being very creative and being innovative and looking at what opportunities lie before you and taking advantage of those opportunities that lie before you.
Absolutely.
So we're supposed to have an hour with you guys, and we're going to be asking some of the guys on the group to also chip in and ask some questions so that we make this as interactive as we possibly can. We've gotten down to know a little more about you. I see there's a hand from Johnson. So guys, please raise your hand. And then once you get on, introduce yourself, your name and where you're from, and then you could ask your question. So Johnson. Your mic is muted, Johnson.
Hi, Six Appeal.
Oh, hey.
Hello.
Yeah, it's Johnson from Kenya, and I'm glad to share this session with you people. We thank the Almighty for such sessions, because people that we hear of and be able to reach, we at least have platforms that we can get to interact and share ideas and get to grow. Now my question basically is more or less of asking, what strategies are you people taking to make sure that your niche is more or less not only in New York and US, but more or less to even other sites like Africa? Because literally when this poster came about, I was so interested. I went on YouTube, checked. I was like, you guys have about 5.5 1.06K subscribers on YouTube, and mostly in Africa, people don't get access to apps like Spotify, Patreon, and stuff. They don't get to interact with them because not much get to know. But you mentioned stuff like Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, you really can get to amass followers. So, are you making any strategies to always go beyond? Because I believe your music is great. I took time to go through a few, and I was like, wow, man, this is so awesome. So my question was, are you like trying to see on ways that you can be able to push along and go beyond borders? Because I believe if your music was able to reach these sides, I think you would even increase the number of subscribers. Because if only in Africa and the a cappella groups that we have and the pages that they get to own, you find, for example, someone can get up to followers of about 50,000 to 100,000 subscribers. And at least I believe based on the monetization aspects, you get to also get to gain much owing to the fact that you've put in a lot. So are you only limiting yourselves to the geographical positioning of where you guys are, or you have strategies of getting to see in ways you can reach and go beyond borders as you are planning on to keep on blessing us with pieces and choral music?
What an awesome question.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, it's a good
So
one.
kind.
Thank you.
Seriously, thank you too. Yeah. I think we've always been interested in going beyond the borders of the U.S. So we've been to all 50 of the United States, and we've been to 12 or 13 different countries, I think now. I don't remember where the count is at, but our first international tour was in China, and we got that. Like, we weren't trying to go to China. It just so happened that we were in the right place at the right time, and somebody who was associated with theaters in China said, "Hey, I want to bring you over here. I want to do, as many theaters as we can." And we ended up doing 5 cities, I think over 8 days, all throughout China. And it kind of gave us this taste of like what it's like to perform outside of the United States, which is something we'd always wanted. We just weren't always sure how to get there. So I think for us, we definitely do have strategies for making bridges into other countries. I know that up until I think this last Moscow Acappella Fest, we didn't actually know anybody from Africa. And having met Tommy and I think there were like 2 or 3 groups from Africa. I'm totally blanking on how many there were. Just 2?
There were 2 actually.
While we were there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just seeing like how big, like the reach of acapella, contemporary acapella, like where it's been. Like, we don't want to just come to another place and just be like, "Hey, we're from the U.S. and this is how we do things." Like, we actually want to make connections with the community and with the other groups that are there. And we don't want to just, I mean, yes, we want to promote Six Appeal, but we want to promote, the other groups like acapella in those places as well. Whenever we go to a college, we always say, what's going to be a really awesome show for your students is if you have an acapella group on campus and we're able to do a show with them. Like, they open for us, and then they're going to have all their friends there, and then they're going to be exposed to this group that used to be based in Minnesota, now is based all over the U.S. Our particular brand of acapella. So, yes, and I think that making these connections that we've made, especially through Moscow in the past 2 years, is kind of like the first step in creating these strategies for how are we going to get over there, how are we going to share our music there. And the online presence, that's a whole separate strategy, but we want to try and tie it all together.
I think one of the struggles for us to go into another part of your question, Johnson, is it's so crowded in the United States as far as the places that we're giving our music on Spotify and on Patreon. There are a lot of other artists who are occupying that space too, which is true of Facebook and YouTube. But sometimes I think we put a lot of effort towards certain social media platforms because they have a lot of different people. A lot of different people use Instagram and Facebook, but it's not necessarily a source of income for us. So we're trying to prioritize different types of media towards those different platforms. But I think you're right. I think the mass appeal of Facebook and YouTube really would help our international reach. I think that's part of our strategy. It's just difficult to cut through all the different content.
Absolutely, and it's something that I think we mentioned this before, is that we've spent a lot of our time on social media. The contacts we made on social media have primarily come from people that we met or talked to at shows that we did around the United States. And so a lot of our followers are based here in the United States. And especially like you mentioned, we only have 5,000 YouTube followers right now. It's YouTube subscribers. That's still a part of the world that we're very much trying to figure out ourselves, because we've, for most of our existence, been a band that went out and actually did shows. And that's how we advertised ourselves. And it is kind of a new world for us too. It's something that one of the reasons why we were very excited to get on this meeting today is just a chance to talk to more people. Because like Berko said, going to festivals, doing calls like this right now when we can't really travel, but this kind of opportunity to talk and to interact with more people across the world, because it's something that we're learning as a group, is just how far Acappella and music really does. It's kind of, we talk about how music can be a universal language, and it's very exciting for us to have the opportunity to begin sharing it with more people.
In terms of strategies, we're going to be using a lot more targeted marketing strategies on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube and all of that, just to put our music in front of people, actually just pay to play, and use our Patreon money for that. So again, reinvesting in the band with money that we make other places.
Aaron, can I come in?
Tommy.
Aaron. Yeah, just to add on what the guys as well said, I think what as well play like a bigger role is, okay, it all goes down to networking as well, reaching out to different people, finding out what they're up to, what you can do, doing more like exchange programs and all that. And in return, like, if I'm not mistaken, if it was Berko who said, perform at high schools and do a show later in the evening and all that. In the past, with a few groups that I've worked with as well, one of the other tools that they used as well was, doing charity events, performing at certain events, whether it's maybe a gala for free and all that. And then with the proposal that come next time when we have a concert, we literally sell half of the tickets to you guys, so to say. So it's more of a thing, I do you a favor, you do me a favor, and all that. So at the end of the day, it helps you as well to somehow reach a certain market that you have not yet tapped into. Okay, that's that.
Great question.
Mm-hmm. Great question.
Yeah.
Everyone is talking.
Oh yeah, well, I was just gonna add too, like, another thing that we have to consider as well now with the addition of the two ladies is that before, all six of us used to live in the same city or the same state, and within a couple miles of each other. Now with this group, when we were looking for the two newest members, which ended up being Mel and Virginia, we wanted to do a global wide search. We had a few auditions from around the world, but it ended up that we went with the two lovely ladies from New York and from Austin, Texas. And one thing that we definitely have to consider now these days is, does it make sense to fly them in from their respective homes to one location for us to go do that gig? Is that worth it for us to do that? And it puts a sort of a new challenge towards rehearsing, towards content creation, towards just gigging in general. So I don't know what the situations are like for your groups, but that's definitely a new challenge for us that we have been facing as well.
All right. Aaron is back. I was about to take over because I think his router had dropped off or something, but he's back now. Just before Aaron comes in, Peels had his hand up before Clinton, so probably maybe we could do Spills and then Clinton.
Hi, Six Appeal.
How's it going?
Hello.
How's it going?
How are you guys?
Doing good.
Good.
Excellent.
All right, cool. Well, honestly, I haven't yet heard much of your music, and like Junior said, you need to do more of outreach when it comes to selling your music, which we are lacking here in Africa. And we think, well, I think that you have a better opportunity to sell your music because of the facilities that have been put in place for you guys around that side. That's just an opinion. I'm not really sure if it's valid, but I would like to listen more of your songs, and I would like to learn more also on how we can sell our music here in Africa. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Clinton? Where is Clinton?
So yeah, I think that's a really important point. Making our music more accessible worldwide. I don't know if that's something that we've always thought of our fans first, I think, in terms of how can our fans listen to our music, because you want to please your fans first, and then you want to get more fans after that. Like, you want them to share the music with the people that they know, and then have those people become fans shortly afterwards. I think for us to spread our music as far and wide as we possibly can, I think we need to find basically somebody who can do PR for us, somebody who can do some marketing for us, somebody who knows how to do those things. Because what the six of us want to focus on is the music. So, right, and right now, we are able to do a lot of the stuff in-house. Like, Jordan is able to record, Mel is able to mix. They're both able to edit. I'm able to do the video stuff. Virginia's able to do like choreo for us and figuring out like logo stuff for us.
What to wear.
What to wear. Yeah, that's very important.
Okay, that's good. It's like you have everything in place.
Right.
Virginia is the one who takes care of the wardrobe issues.
We all contribute our personalities.
Yeah, we can see that.
I trust Virginia's opinion over what looks good over my own opinion any day of the week. Unless I disagree, but that's. I think. Yeah. So we're lucky enough to have people who are making the music also be able to do these outside things. But at the same time, it's very much a learning experience for the six of us in terms of, if you ask us, oh, how do you market yourself in Africa? I don't think the six of us know at all how to do that. So we're going to do as much Google searching as we can. But at the end of the day, it's probably best to talk to somebody who is connected with the facilities that you mentioned in Africa, who is connected with, and I mean, that's our connection right here. Like, we're connected to Tommy, and Tommy's one of the guys running this Camp Acappella thing.
I think that's one of the things that we had to get over early on is like, and everybody here is already way further along than we were when we first started as far as ask for help. People, I mean, it's much less of a cutthroat industry than in our experience, at least, than you always hear about in stories. But everybody's eager to help out, and you just ask people and they'll give you the best info that they can give you.
Okay.
Exactly, that's nice. I had an extra question. Don't know. It's. I'm just trying to get
Johnson.
Yes.
Clinton had his hand up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, even though who's this? Clinton.
Let him get to
I don't know where Clinton is.
He still has his hand up.
Yeah,
Let
I
him
don't
speak.
know.
Clinton, are you there?
I can't see him.
Yeah, he's talking, but your mic is low.
Uh, I think now you can hear me, right?
Clinton,
I
Yeah,
think I
I'm
can
here.
hear him.
You
please
guys
go
hear
ahead.
me? Okay.
We can
Yes.
hear you.
Okay, my name is Clinton, all the way from Tanzania. And I'm happy to be here. Actually, I've been a fan of Six Appeal for some time, and I sing with guys, New Jerusalem Brothers, Tanzania. So I would like to go direct to the questions. My first question is, you guys, you spoke about how the way you started from one show to up to 200 show per year. What are the strategies that you have been using from that zero, from one show to up to those that you have been used? Because in Africa we mostly do the same, but actually it seems like we are not getting a lot of shows and whatever and concerts. So what the strategy that you have been using?
It comes down a lot to the fact that we were lucky enough when we started out to get into contact with some very good booking agents, and that really has so much to do with it. Being connected to the right people who understand the market of where you can sell a show and where you can actually, because one thing we discovered early on was lots of people will offer you a place to play. They're like, yeah, sure, come play at my stage, come play at my restaurant, come play at my bar, but I can't pay you. And so that was a thing that we learned, was finding these people who knows like, well, we could do that kind of bar show, or maybe this college, this university would like to have you come perform for their students and they will pay you. And so getting in touch with a talent agency, a booking agency, was one of the things. It made our early work absolutely possible. Without them, I don't know if we would have succeeded. I know there was a time when we were trying to book shows on our own that it was just incredibly difficult because, I said, like Tommy mentioned earlier, the networking involved is so important, and understanding that there are people who have already developed these networks and have spent years and years working on building a clientele of people who will buy and book shows, and getting in touch with someone like that is incredibly valuable.
Yeah, we have agents who are in a few different like markets. So we have one that does colleges, one that does theaters, one that does corporate events, one that does like our cruise ships and things like that. So really specializing and having different people who also have different larger markets helps a lot.
And on top of that, what we do is there are these conferences that happen throughout the year, depending on the market and depending on the region, that we go to, and it's a bunch of buyers and it's a bunch of acts, and they each the acts and the buyers all pay the organization that's putting on the conference to go and either perform there or to see the acts that are there, and that's how you can get your live show, your performance, the essence of what your show is in front of a lot of people who want to sit, who are looking for entertainment, who say, oh, I want this band, oh, I want this a cappella group, oh, I want this juggler, whatever entertainment you can kind of think of that might be good for whatever that market is. And that's kind of how we try to plan out our years, by going to these, they're called showcases, going to these showcases and, putting forth our product, basically giving a demonstration of our product, and then having people buy the product that is the Six Appeal show. On top of that, I would say also having a really good promo video, which is something that has been really tough for the six of us, because we're in the middle of this COVID crisis, and it's really hard to get the six of us in one place, and we want to film a promo video that has all six of us together in it, and that isn't just a grid vid, a heads and boxes videos, heads and boxes video that's just kind of edited together. Like, we want to show what a live performance kind of looks like.
Right.
Aaron, it's just another addition to
Yes.
what the guy said as well. I believe as well, when you have a product which is ready to sell, it becomes a lot easier for you to know who to talk to. Because you can't just say, I want a gig or I want a show when you don't have a product that is ready to sell. So at the end of the day, it also comes back to, do you have a product?
Right.
How are you aware of your product? Where do you want to take your product to? Because over the past few years, I've seen or groups that I've spoken to, some that have like reached out to just find out how can they sell what they have. And it all boils down to, you need to look at the product itself. Is it worth selling at this certain event? Will people be able to buy the idea? In line with theaters, you'd find that they are always picky with, in terms of what they need to sell to the client, so to say. So at the end of the day, it comes back to having the rightful product for a certain community or for,
Right.
something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's really a game changer when you can really start to think about who you're performing for. Because as singers, we often think so much about what we can do and making the experience about us and how we feel about the music that we like. But I think for us, a big turning point was when we really started to think about who was seeing our show, what they liked about it, and how we could really, really make people maximize their experience listening to us.
We also made it. Sorry. Keep going, Michael.
Go ahead. Oh, just thinking about our whole show from start to end. Like you're saying, thinking about your product, and we're not just a collection of songs. We are an entire experience. And as soon as you start to create that kind of a product, people will pay money to see it.
Mm-hmm.
More stuff.
And we made it, I think, as easy as possible to make the whole thing just as turnkey as it can be. So like we brought our own sound system. We had our own setup, everything. We could just do an event anywhere. It had a video. It has a sheet that you can tell people about it. And then like a digital presence as well. So then it's like you said, like actually building a product and saying, look, this is what it looks like. These are the pictures of the people. This is who's showing up. This is what a live show will look like. And making it really easy for people to buy that thing.
Right.
And then on top of that too, like what Tommy said a few minutes ago is absolutely correct. Knowing what your product is so you know who you can sell to. But also, I think it's important today to also figure out new ways that you can adapt your product to people that you might not necessarily sell your product to. Because you want to try and get you want to look outside.
As much people as possible.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. Like, I not necessarily like out of your comfort zone, but yeah, I mean, step out of your comfort zone and think about like, well, we have this like crazy idea that nobody's ever tried before, or we want to market to whomever we can in whatever way that we can do it. Like the six of us are all very capable performers, but at the end of the day, we can also create products that are more than just six people are standing on a stage performing for you. Mm-hmm. So what are those other products and how can we market those? Especially in today's digital age where everything is online and nobody can be in, more than 6 feet next to each other. So
yeah.
Figuring that stuff out.
Actually, just to add on what Berko said, there was a time I had a chat with Andrea Figalo.
Yeah.
And
oh yeah.
Yeah, so he was like, no, you know what? If I do remember correctly, he was like, most people do not understand that when they're on stage, it's not just about them. It's not just about them being a group and all that. It's all about them being performers and all that. Just, when you get to look at it, it's that when you have a good product and regardless of where you are, it becomes a lot easier for you to tap into whatever community, so to say. I mean, it's all about going beyond. It's not about limiting yourself. I always tell people, push for whatever that you think it's not possible. to somehow do. I mean, over the few years that I've worked with VM6, I've just
Tommy,
grown to.
Tommy,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to cut you short because we are running late.
All right.
We have about 4 minutes before we conclude. I have another hand that's up. I see you veering dangerously into tomorrow's topic when you start talking about VM6. Tomorrow we're gonna have Peter from Vocal Motion 6, which is the group that Tommy does live sound engineering for, as well as studio mixes and stuff. So Peter is like VM6's Berko, right? He's the guy that's behind the business.
Oh, he sounds incredibly good looking. I don't know.
So tomorrow, and this is for the benefit of those of you guys that are following us online on Facebook, and all of us on this call here. Look forward to listening to a story from guys within Africa, how they have made it. I think 19, 20 years?
21.
21. They've been at it full time, and want to learn how they've managed to tour the world and go to different gigs across the globe. And it's going to be very interesting. So Kev, please go ahead. Kev?
Hear me?
Are you there?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, but your mic is rather low. You're faint.
It's better now?
Yeah, I don't know whether you need to speak louder or get closer to your mic, but please go ahead. Very quickly, we have 2 minutes.
Okay, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, everyone. This is Kevin from Namibia. I just wanted to find out from the group, I've heard how you do it and where you do it. I'd like to find out the why. Why do you guys do what you do?
Awesome.
What an awesome question.
I can't imagine doing anything else. This is, you know, Michael and I've been doing this for 14 years and have poured so much energy, emotion, blood, sweat, tears. It's ingrained in me. It's my passion. Yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely agree. It's the air that we breathe and have for the last decade, and it's something that I feel very strongly about. Anytime that you have, you know, your own blood, sweat, and tears, pouring that into something, you want to see it grow and live to its fullest extent. And I think that goes for Six Appeal and music in general and the whole realm of acapella.
I say I tried doing other stuff, you know? It's like I tried to do other things with my life, and I discovered that I was missing something, and the thing that I was missing was that the act of creating something that is special, and it can be recreated, but music, it happens every time you do it, it's unique, even if it's the same song. And that kind of, it's almost like magic when you do it, when you can do something like that with people that you care about so much that it's not hard. It's very difficult to compare to anything else. I haven't found anything else like it. So
Yeah, ever since college, Michael and my director, he would say it's like you're one half of a circle and the audience is the other half, and you have to complete a circle with the audience. And when that happens, it's like you just said, Ruben, it's magic, and that's irreplaceable.
I would love to hear what the ladies, what their why is. Why are they at Six Appeal? Why did you agree to be in this group with us, Mel and Virginia?
I think for me, music started from a passionate place as well. It kind of started, then you grow into and become something. And music kind of transitions many different languages, many different barriers, I've felt a message so prominent within myself, and then had the opportunity to travel all across the globe and sing in English or whatever language it is. It's just more about a feeling and a sound. And when you connect with audiences and realize no matter where you grew up in the world, you have this one thing that can connect you and transcend just something you can't really explain. I think that's why I keep doing it and why I keep exploring different genres and different, Acappella was something so raw and so natural. I used to sing with a lot of instruments and that was amazing too, but something that drew me to Acappella was just, it almost seemed like acoustic vocal singing. It was the most pure sound. And it's just been really cool to explore, and I can't wait to go to other countries and have that vibration with other people. That's probably why I'm here.
Yeah. Like the fact that we're going through right now, like COVID-19 and coronavirus and this whole thing that we're going through right now, that's so severe over here, and really everywhere, has made me reflect a lot on this sort of thing too, because right now we're not touring, we're not performing, we're not really doing our jobs as much as we would have had this, had a virus not been going around that's so crazy. So for me, I'm taking a lot of time to reflect, like, why am I continuing to pursue this career? And it's because of the passion that I have. And I'm like, if I don't have a passion for something, I don't want to do it. It's not something that drives me or gives me any sort of motivation. So for me, it's like, I could work at I don't know, I could make cars and make a lot of money from making cars or working on cars or something, but to me, it's not a passion. So for me, that's not the driving force. The music, the connection with people, like Virginia said, traveling, learning about other human beings and the way they work and how their music is, and like how my music that I grew up with is, and just learning about that is the thing that connects everybody. So for me, that is like the beauty within, the depth behind why I love doing what I do. And it's so human too. Like, we all have a voice, you know what I mean? Like, so I think it's just it's so cool to me and inspiring, and it makes me feel good versus, something else as a career.
Versus making cars.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. That's such a random thing. I looked outside. I was like, a car. But I don't know. I think it's the joy of singing with other people is beyond. It's a great love, I think, and everybody has it, and I think that's the important thing about it. I don't know.
Absolutely.
Excellent.
Go on.
So guys, it's 10:04.
It's so late for y'all.
Thank you for staying up.
Yeah.
Well,
Holy.
thank you for joining us. I don't know, you guys are you in different states or?
We are.
Yes, you are. So different time zones as well?
Just,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, we're really grateful to have had you join us today and share your experiences as Fix Appeal, how you started, and also the business side of it, and all these other things. And we're also grateful for the opportunity to just connect on a personal level like this, the way we have. Next time I watch a Fix Appeal video,
We'll see them
I'll
in
watch
Africa.
it differently, I'll have a little bit of some emotion attached to it because I talked to Mel
Sure.
or Virginia or Beco, and I think that's the same thing that everybody else that's been on this call is going to have. So we'd like to thank you a lot for enhancing the experience, and it enhances the whole Acappella experience on the African continent, and we look forward to one day having host you here in the flesh.
Yes.
Hey,
We
vice
would love that.
versa.
Yes.
Vice versa. We'd love it if we could get you guys out here and do something. That would be amazing.
Oh yeah.
We just wanted to say, thank you so much for having us, for doing this, for organizing all of this. If any of you have any other questions or any other ideas that you want to run by us, it's very easy to get in contact with us. Email, Instagram, Facebook, anything like that. Please reach out to us. We will get back to you as soon as we can. I can see Clinton is posting his number. Clinton, you are definitely going to be one of our contacts. All of y'all are going to be one of our contacts now, and yeah, we really look forward to bridging across the Atlantic Ocean and making some really awesome music.
And would like to would like to wish you the best. We know that because you're full-time performers and because of the COVID-19 situation, you're not able to do your job. We'd like to wish you the best, and we are praying that this thing goes away as quickly as possibly can, so that we get back to life as
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. That's
so. Tommy.
I don't have much to say. All I can say is thank you guys. Where's Michael and Berko? Thank you guys. And
thank you for thinking of us. This has been amazing. It's just been such a pleasure to talk with all of you, and next time in Moscow,
Yeah. Oh yeah, most definitely. Yeah, and to the two ladies, I hope you guys are enjoying the ride with the guys. I know they're pretty hard to hang around with. But yeah, I hope to see you guys. I hope not in Moscow, but I hope to see you guys in Africa.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I love that. I hope
I don't
so
know.
too.
I don't know when. I don't know when, but I'm sure it'll be soon. I guess it depends from Aaron, though.
We'll make something happen.
It'll be, yeah, most definitely. It'll be okay. Let's see how it goes, and we'll definitely have you guys over.
Namibia specifically. That's nice.
So we're gonna wrap it up right on that note. Thank you very much once more, and thank you to the rest of the guys that joined in today, and thank you to those that are watching on Facebook. You all have a good evening, have a good morning, and have a good afternoon. God bless you. Bye.
Take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Thanks for the great question.
Oh yeah.